When it comes to understanding how to naturally reverse wrinkles, one of the most powerful strategies is learning how to boost growth hormone without relying on artificial means. Growth hormone is often referred to as the youth hormone because it is intimately involved with keeping the body in repair mode, stimulating cell regeneration, and supporting collagen production. Collagen is the key protein that gives skin its firmness, structure, and elasticity. So without sufficient growth hormone, the skin starts to lose its scaffolding and wrinkles appear more easily. This hormone is produced by the pituitary gland, and its levels are highest during childhood and adolescence. Unfortunately, once a person passes the age of 30, growth hormone starts to decline significantly, leading to changes not only in the skin, but also in muscle mass, energy levels, and overall recovery. The encouraging part is that even though natural production slows, there are ways to trigger its release through very specific lifestyle habits. One of the most effective methods is intermittent fasting. When you fast, insulin levels drop, and this drop creates the perfect environment for growth hormone to rise. Insulin and growth hormone have an inverse relationship. When one is high, the other is low. In today's world of constant snacking and refined carbohydrate consumption, insulin tends to remain chronically elevated, which suppresses growth hormone and accelerates aging. By compressing eating into a smaller window and giving the body periods of time without food, you allow growth hormone to surge, which in turn activates repair processes in the skin and deeper tissues. This surge is what helps collagen regenerate and fine lines soften over time. Another powerful trigger is high-intensity exercise, especially short bursts of intense movement followed by rest. Activities like sprinting, interval training, or resistance exercises done in short, intense sessions can dramatically increase growth hormone levels. Unlike long-duration cardio, which can sometimes raise cortisol and break down muscle, high-intensity training creates the exact stress that signals the body to release growth hormone. When this hormone spikes after exercise, it goes to work repairing tissues, stimulating protein synthesis, and helping to restore the skin's youthful tone and structure. Sleep is another critical factor in natural growth hormone production. The majority of this hormone is released during deep sleep stages, particularly during slow-wave sleep. If sleep is cut short, fragmented, or poor in quality, then the release of growth hormone is also diminished. This is why people who consistently lack sleep often look older, with dark circles, sagging skin, and more prominent wrinkles. To optimize natural growth hormone release, it's important to go to bed early, sleep in complete darkness, and maintain a consistent rhythm that allows the body to cycle through deep restorative stages. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, works hand in hand with growth hormone, and without it, the repair processes do not function at their best. It is also important to consider nutrition. Growth hormone release is stimulated in a low-sugar, nutrient-rich environment. Consuming diets high in refined sugar and processed carbohydrates leads to high insulin, which as mentioned suppresses growth hormone. On the other hand, eating nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens, avocados, wild-caught fish, eggs, and healthy fats provides the building blocks for hormone production and cellular repair. These foods do not cause large spikes in insulin, which means they support a metabolic environment where growth hormone can do its job effectively. Stress management is another overlooked aspect of preserving growth hormone. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, and when cortisol is persistently high, it interferes with the normal release of growth hormone. This means even if you are fasting, exercising, and sleeping well, unchecked stress can still undermine your effort. Practices like breathing exercises, meditation, spending time in nature, or simply prioritizing relaxation can all help keep cortisol in balance, allowing growth hormone to function more efficiently. What's remarkable is that people often look for anti-aging solutions in external products, when in reality, the body has a built-in mechanism to rejuvenate the skin from within. Growth hormone doesn't just influence how your skin looks, it also impacts muscle tone beneath the skin, helping to maintain a youthful structure to the face and body. By activating it naturally through fasting, exercise, sleep, and nutrition, you're not just masking wrinkles, you're working at the root level of what keeps skin youthful. This is why individuals who adopt these habits often look years younger, not because they are covering up imperfections, but because they are enhancing their body's natural ability to regenerate. Melatonin is widely known as the sleep hormone, but its role in anti-aging and wrinkle prevention goes far beyond simply helping you drift off at night. In fact, melatonin functions as one of the body's most powerful antioxidants, capable of neutralizing free radicals that would otherwise damage collagen, elastin, and other critical skin structures. Free radicals are unstable molecules that form as a result of stress, poor diet, pollution, and especially UV radiation from the sun. Over time, the buildup of this oxidative stress accelerates the skin's aging process, leading to wrinkles, sagging, and uneven texture. Melatonin steps in as a defense system, protecting the skin from these daily assaults while also promoting cellular repair. The most fascinating aspect of melatonin is that it doesn't just work at night. It sets the stage for repair by regulating circadian rhythms, the internal clock that controls when certain restorative processes in the body are most active. Its sleep itself is when the body performs its deepest level of repair, and melatonin acts like the conductor of that symphony. When the environment is dark, the pineal gland increases melatonin secretion, signaling to the body that it's time to enter repair mode. During these hours, skin cells regenerate more quickly, collagen synthesis ramps up, and damaged proteins are broken down and recycled. Without sufficient melatonin, these repair cycles are disrupted, and the visible result is skin that looks dull, tired, and prematurely aged. People who consistently stay up late under artificial light or have irregular sleep schedules often experience more wrinkles. And it's not just the lack of sleep, it's the lack of melatonin's antioxidant and restorative influence. Modern life has created a massive challenge for melatonin production. Blue light from phones, laptops, and televisions suppresses melatonin even in small amounts. This suppression delays the onset of deep sleep and reduces the total amount of melatonin the body can produce overnight. That means less protection against oxidative stress and weaker collagen repair, which over time translates into faster wrinkle formation. One of the simplest yet most effective strategies for anti-aging is to create an environment that supports melatonin naturally. This includes dimming the lights in the evening, avoiding screens 1 to 2 hours before bed, and sleeping in a completely dark room. Even small amounts of light, like from a digital clock or street light, can reduce melatonin secretion, which disrupts the body's repair cycle. Beyond its antioxidant role, melatonin also reduces inflammation, which is another major factor in aging skin. Chronic low-grade inflammation accelerates the breakdown of collagen and elastin, weakening the skin structure and making it more vulnerable to wrinkles. Melatonin counters this by calming inflammatory pathways, giving skin cells the space and energy to regenerate rather than constantly fighting damage. In this sense, melatonin doesn't just protect collagen from breaking down, it also actively supports the rebuilding process. Nutrition and lifestyle choices also influence melatonin. Certain foods naturally contain small amounts of melatonin, such as tart cherries, walnuts, and tomatoes. While these foods can be helpful, the most important factor is creating the right environment for your body to make its own melatonin in sufficient amounts. That means avoiding caffeine late in the day, not eating heavy meals right before bed, and ensuring that your body follows a consistent circadian rhythm. Morning sunlight exposure is especially important because it resets the circadian clock, which in turn improves melatonin release at night. The cycle is simple but powerful. Bright light in the morning, darkness in the evening. When this rhythm is disrupted, skin aging accelerates because the repair system never functions at its full capacity. People often try to fight wrinkles with creams or external antioxidants, but melatonin is unique because it works systemically from inside the body at a cellular level. Its antioxidant capacity is actually stronger than vitamin C and vitamin E in certain situations, which are often marketed as skin-saving compounds. By strengthening mitochondria, reducing oxidative stress, calming inflammation, and optimizing sleep, melatonin provides a multi-layered defense that no topical cream can fully replicate. This is why individuals who prioritize good sleep hygiene often look noticeably younger than those who neglect it, even if they are the same age. In addition to lifestyle adjustments, relaxation practices like meditation and deep breathing can indirectly support melatonin levels. Stress elevates cortisol, and high cortisol levels interfere with melatonin's natural rise in the evening. When stress is managed, cortisol drops, allowing melatonin to take its place as the dominant hormone at night. This switch is essential for the transition from active daytime metabolism to restorative nighttime repair. When that transition happens smoothly, skin cells receive the signal to rebuild and collagen production can work uninterrupted. When we look at melatonin from the perspective of anti-aging, it becomes clear that it is more than a sleep aid. It is a cornerstone of natural wrinkle reversal, orchestrating the repair processes that keep the skin firm, elastic, by protecting against oxidative stress, reducing inflammation, and promoting deep cellular regeneration. Melatonin acts as one of the body's most important allies in maintaining youthful skin. Without it, the repair system weakens, but with it, the body has the resources to resist and even reverse the visible signs of aging. D, often referred to as the youth hormone, plays a central role in maintaining balance between the body's stress and repair systems, and this balance directly influences the health and appearance of the skin. As people age, levels of D gradually decline, while cortisol, the stress hormone, often becomes more dominant. This imbalance accelerates the breakdown of collagen and elastin, leading to wrinkles, sagging, and thinning of the skin. When cortisol remains high for too long, it not only increases inflammation but also interferes with the natural repair processes that keep skin resilient. D, on the other hand, acts as a counterbalance. It helps reduce the negative impact of cortisol, supports immune function, and provides raw material for other important hormones like estrogen and testosterone, both of which are necessary for healthy, youthful skin. The decline of DO is not just about aging in terms of years, but also about lifestyle factors. Stressful living, poor diet, lack of exercise, and insufficient sleep can accelerate the drop in DA and raise cortisol, even in relatively young individuals. This is why people under chronic stress often look older than their age, with pronounced wrinkles, dull skin, and slower healing. One of the most powerful ways to naturally support higher D levels is by managing stress effectively. Stress reduction techniques like meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, or simply spending time in nature all have measurable effects on cortisol levels. And by keeping cortisol under control, the body can naturally produce more DHEA. The calmer the internal environment, the more the body prioritizes repair over breakdown, which is critical for reversing wrinkles. Exercise is another potent tool for influencing the D to cortisol ratio. Regular physical activity, especially resistance training and moderate aerobic exercise, has been shown to raise DA while lowering cortisol, unlike extreme endurance exercise, which can spike stress hormones. Balanced workouts promote a hormonal environment where D thrives. This leads not only to stronger muscles and bones, but also to healthier skin. When collagen and elastin fibers are supported by proper hormonal balance, the skin maintains thickness and elasticity, slowing the visible progression of wrinkles. Exercise also boosts circulation, ensuring that skin cells receive oxygen and nutrients while toxins and waste products are removed more efficiently. Nutrition is equally important in supporting DHEA. A diet high in refined carbohydrates, sugars, and processed foods elevates insulin, which in turn increases cortisol and disrupts hormone balance. Over time, this contributes to skin damage and premature aging. By contrast, nutrient-dense foods like fatty fish, nuts, seeds, cruciferous vegetables, and healthy fats such as olive oil or avocado provide the essential building blocks for hormone production and reduce oxidative stress in the body. Omega-3 fatty acids, in particular, have been shown to improve hormone regulation, lower inflammation, and enhance skin barrier function, all of which depend on balanced levels of DHEA. Another factor that influences DHEA is sleep. The body's hormone regulation happens most efficiently during deep, restorative sleep, and when sleep is disrupted or shortened, cortisol remains elevated while DHEA production is suppressed. Consistent sleep in a dark, quiet environment allows the endocrine system to regulate itself properly, with melatonin supporting sleep cycles and DHEA being released in higher amounts during the night. People who regularly get high-quality sleep often show fewer wrinkles, not only because their skin cells are regenerating, but also because their hormone levels remain more youthful. DHEA also has a strong relationship with immune function and inflammation. Chronic inflammation accelerates skin aging by breaking down collagen and impairing repair mechanisms. DHEA reduces inflammation, supports immune resilience, and helps protect tissues from oxidative damage. So, when inflammation is reduced, the body can shift energy from fighting damage toward rebuilding and strengthening, which is where wrinkle reversal truly begins. This is why people who support their DHEA naturally often notice improvements not only in skin, but also in energy, mood, and overall vitality. Supplementation with synthetic DHEA exists, but the goal here is to support the body's natural production. This is far safer and more sustainable because the body regulates its own hormone balance when given the right environment. Lifestyle practices such as stress management, regular exercise, nutrient-dense eating, and proper sleep create that environment. In this sense, DHEA is less about a single hormone and more about the harmony of the entire system. By keeping cortisol down and DHEA up, the body has the capacity to rebuild collagen, strengthen elastin, and maintain skin hydration, all of which directly fight wrinkles from within. The visible effects of low DHEA, being thinner skin, slower healing, and increased wrinkling, are not inevitable. They reflect imbalances that can be corrected with consistent lifestyle changes. Just as chronic stress can make someone appear older, balanced hormones can make someone appear younger, healthier, and more vibrant. By focusing on natural ways to support DHEA, you not only help your skin, but also improve nearly every function in the body that depends on hormonal balance. This is why working with DHEA is one of the most effective natural strategies for wrinkle reversal and anti-aging overall. Estrogen and testosterone are often thought of only in the context of reproductive health, but both of these hormones are essential for maintaining youthful skin, hydration, and firmness. As the body ages, levels of these hormones decline, and one of the most visible effects is on the skin. Estrogen is particularly important for women because it directly influences collagen content, skin thickness, and the ability of the skin to retain moisture. When estrogen levels drop, especially during and after menopause, the skin becomes thinner, drier, and less elastic, which accelerates the appearance of wrinkles. Testosterone, while often associated with men, is also critical for both genders in maintaining muscle tone and firmness under the skin, which gives the face its youthful structure. Low testosterone leads to thinner skin, reduced elasticity, and a greater tendency for sagging, all of which contribute to aging. The skin is not just a passive barrier, it is a hormone-sensitive organ. Estrogen stimulates the production of collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid, which together create the scaffolding that keeps skin plump and hydrated. With reduced estrogen, collagen production slows, elastin weakens, and hyaluronic acid levels drop, leaving skin more vulnerable to wrinkles. Testosterone, on the other hand, supports protein synthesis and helps maintain the strength of the skin's underlying layers, ensuring that the face retains its firmness. This is why both hormones need to be in balance to preserve youthful skin. Supporting estrogen and testosterone naturally does not necessarily mean hormone replacement. In fact, lifestyle choices have a profound impact on how well these hormones are maintained as we age. Nutrition plays one of the biggest roles. Healthy fats, such as those found in avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, provide the raw materials the body uses to manufacture hormones. Without enough dietary fat, the body struggles to maintain healthy hormone levels, leading to imbalances that show up in the skin. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts are also vital because they help the body metabolize excess estrogen in a healthy way, which keeps hormone levels balanced and reduces the risk of skin-damaging inflammation. Resistance training is another critical factor in supporting testosterone and estrogen. Exercise, especially weight-bearing movements, signals the body to preserve and even increase these hormones. Men who lift weights consistently often maintain higher testosterone levels as they age, which shows up as not just better muscle tone, but also firmer, more youthful-looking skin. Women also benefit from strength training because it helps regulate estrogen and testosterone, supporting skin thickness and elasticity. In contrast, a sedentary lifestyle accelerates the decline of both hormones, leading to faster visible aging. Sleep also has a direct connection to hormone balance. The growth hormone, melatonin, estrogen, and testosterone all interact during the night to perform repair functions. If sleep is insufficient or irregular, estrogen and testosterone levels drop, while cortisol rises. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is a known accelerator of skin aging because it breaks down collagen and causes inflammation. By prioritizing consistent, high-quality sleep in a dark, quiet environment, the body is able to keep these critical anti-aging hormones in balance and functioning optimally. Managing stress is another overlooked factor in maintaining estrogen and testosterone. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, and high cortisol suppresses both of these hormones. Over time, this imbalance not only accelerates skin aging, but also affects energy, mood, and overall vitality. Stress management techniques such as breathing exercises, meditation, physical activity, and simply spending time in relaxing environments allow cortisol to decrease, which frees the body to produce and maintain optimal levels of estrogen and testosterone. Hydration and skin structure are also directly influenced by these hormones. Estrogen in particular helps skin retain moisture by stimulating the production of glycosaminoglycans, compounds that hold water in the skin. This hydration makes the skin appear plumper, softer, and more radiant. Without adequate estrogen, the skin becomes more fragile and loses its ability to maintain water, which leads to fine lines and dryness. Testosterone contributes to the density of the dermis, the middle layer of the skin, ensuring that the skin remains strong and resistant to sagging. Both work together to create the appearance of firmness and smoothness. It's also worth noting that hormone balance is not just about boosting levels, but about maintaining the right ratios. Too much or too little of either can disrupt the skin's delicate ecosystem. For example, excess estrogen without enough progesterone can contribute to inflammation, while low testosterone in both men and women leads to thinning skin and a loss of firmness. Lifestyle strategies like eating whole foods, maintaining a healthy body weight, avoiding excessive alcohol, and minimizing environmental toxins all support this balance naturally. When estrogen and testosterone are supported through diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management, the visible impact on the skin can be profound. Wrinkles soften, hydration improves, and firmness returns because the very building blocks of youthful skin are being restored from within. These hormones influence not only the surface appearance, but also the deeper structures that hold the skin in place. By prioritizing the natural support of estrogen and testosterone, it becomes possible to slow, and in many cases reverse, the visible signs of aging, revealing skin that looks healthier, stronger, and more vibrant at any age. Autophagy is one of the most fascinating natural processes in the human body, and it has a direct connection to reversing wrinkles and slowing down the aging of the skin. The term itself means a self-eating, but in reality, it is the body's built-in recycling system, where damaged proteins, old cell components, and dysfunctional mitochondria are broken down and replaced with new, healthier ones. This process ensures that the skin, along with every other tissue in the body, remains vibrant, resilient, and capable of repair. When autophagy is functioning well, old collagen fibers that have become stiff or damaged are removed, and fresh collagen can be laid down in their place. This is crucial because collagen is the protein that gives skin its firmness and elasticity, and when it becomes compromised, wrinkles form. Stimulating autophagy is like giving the skin a complete reset, clearing out what no longer works and making room for new growth. One of the most powerful ways to trigger autophagy is fasting. When food is constantly available and insulin remains elevated, the body does not feel the need to recycle damaged parts. It is only during periods of food scarcity that autophagy is turned on at full power. By practicing intermittent fasting, where eating is limited to a shorter window each day, or extended fasting on occasion, insulin drops low enough to signal the body that it's time to repair instead of store energy. During this state, skin cells go through a renewal process, damaged proteins are broken down, and collagen production is stimulated. This is why fasting has such a strong anti-aging effect, not just internally, but visibly on the skin. People who adopt fasting often notice smoother skin, fewer fine lines, and a healthier glow because their cells are literally being rebuilt. Exercise is another trigger for autophagy, particularly high-intensity or resistance-based workouts. Just as muscles are broken down and rebuilt stronger after exercise, skin cells also benefit from the activation of repair mechanisms triggered during physical activity. Exercise lowers insulin and glucose, increases growth hormone, and puts the body in a state where it prioritizes repair. This combination encourages autophagy to work more efficiently, clearing away damaged components that would otherwise accelerate skin aging. The circulation boost from exercise also delivers nutrients and oxygen to skin cells while removing waste products, amplifying the benefits of autophagy. Autophagy also protects against oxidative stress, one of the leading causes of wrinkles. Free radicals damage collagen, elastin, and DNA, leaving skin cells less capable of repair. By recycling damaged cellular components, autophagy reduces this burden and prevents the buildup of malfunctioning proteins. This lowers inflammation, which is another major contributor to premature skin aging. Inflammation not only breaks down collagen, but also interferes with the production of new collagen. By calming inflammation through autophagy, the skin is able to shift back into a state of rebuilding and strengthening rather than constant defense. Dietary choices can either support or block autophagy. Diets high in refined sugar and processed carbohydrates keep insulin levels elevated, which suppresses this vital repair process. On the other hand, Diets rich in nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, fatty fish, nuts, seeds, and healthy oils provide the raw materials the body needs for repair while keeping insulin low. Certain compounds found in these foods, such as sulforaphane in broccoli sprouts or polyphenols in green tea, have even been shown to directly stimulate autophagy. In this way, food becomes more than just fuel. It becomes a signal that tells the body whether to store or repair, whether to age faster or remain youthful. Sleep is also deeply connected to autophagy. The majority of cellular cleanup happens during deep stages of sleep when melatonin and growth hormone levels are highest. Poor or inconsistent sleep disrupts this cycle, leaving the body in a state of incomplete repair. Over time, this contributes to the accumulation of damaged proteins and collagen fibers in the skin, which show up as wrinkles, sagging, and dullness. By prioritizing restorative sleep in a dark, quiet environment, the body is able to maximize autophagy at night, ensuring that skin repair happens consistently. Another aspect to consider is stress. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, and high cortisol interferes with autophagy. When stress is persistent, the body remains in a survival mode that prioritizes immediate energy availability over long-term repair. This accelerates aging and depletes the skin of its ability to regenerate. Stress reduction practices, whether through meditation, nature walks, breathing exercises, or creative activities, lower cortisol and give autophagy the chance to function properly. The calmer the body, the more effective the repair cycle becomes, which directly translates into younger-looking skin. They also enhance the body's ability to activate protective enzymes that defend against oxidative stress and inflammation. Fermented foods such as sauerkraut, kimchi, and kefir contribute to a healthy gut microbiome, which indirectly influences the skin. A healthy gut reduces systemic inflammation and improves nutrient absorption, ensuring that the vitamins and minerals consumed actually reach the skin where they are needed most. When the gut is imbalanced, it often shows up as premature aging, dullness, and inflammation on the surface of the skin. By including probiotic-rich foods, the skin receives better nourishment and remains more resistant to stress and damage. Hydration also plays a major role, and certain foods naturally support water balance in the skin. Cucumbers, watermelon, celery, and berries are rich in water content and hydrating compounds. They not only keep the body hydrated, but also supply antioxidants like anthocyanins and flavonoids that protect collagen from damage. Proper hydration at the cellular level ensures that skin looks fuller and less lined, while dehydration quickly exaggerates fine lines and wrinkles. Avoiding certain foods is just as important as including beneficial ones. Refined sugars and processed carbohydrates accelerate glycation, a process where sugar molecules attach to collagen and elastin fibers, making them stiff and brittle. This directly leads to wrinkles and loss of elasticity. Processed vegetable oils, such as soybean, corn, and canola oil, create inflammation in the body, which breaks down collagen and damages the skin barrier. Reducing these foods while emphasizing whole, nutrient-rich options allows the skin to stay in a state of repair rather than constant damage. Full, nutrient-dense foods provide more than surface-level improvements. They influence the entire hormonal system by supporting the production of growth hormone, balancing estrogen and testosterone, reducing cortisol, and protecting D levels. The right foods create an internal environment where skin can truly regenerate. They provide antioxidants to combat free radicals, amino acids to build collagen, healthy fats to strengthen cell membranes, and minerals to regulate repair processes. Over time, these nutritional inputs accumulate and the skin begins to look younger because it is being rebuilt from within. This approach is sustainable, safe, and works with the body's natural systems rather than against them.